There's Santa Claus over there. Hi Santa, did you bring all the stuff here? Let's go. The modern way to get rid of your rubbish is just to dump it on the street. There's Santa Claus over there. Hi Santa, did you bring all the stuff here? Probably not. It seems that they were careful to remove any trace of an address. There's nothing that I can find. There's nothing left for me to do but to pack this up and to report it as a fly tip. Damn, that's disgusting. Let's go.
Fly tips are relatively uncommon in the Pinner area where this was filmed, but as you can see, they still occur sometimes. Littering, on the other hand, is a much bigger problem, and residents who've lived here for much longer than I have tell me both littering and fly tipping are recent problems, and that years ago everything was squeaky clean around the area. Now, this might be entirely true for fly tipping, but when it comes to littering, my own field experience partially contradicts that. In my first Pinner cleanup, I found rubbish from the 2000s, from the 90s, even from the 80s. I found very old rubbish in a number of subsequent cleanups. Google Street View revealed that even 15 years ago there was quite a bit of litter to be seen, so it might be that nostalgia also plays a secondary role in how people remember things. I can't tell for sure. The fact remains that Pinner was always perceived as a posh area, rich in history, home of prestigious schools, with low crime rates, low population density, lots of green spaces. It's still a much cleaner area than many others in northwest London, but if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that Pinner too has some pretty major problems to fix. Ultimately, I think it goes to show how much worse other areas are by comparison. I encourage you to watch the videos ended back in my Wembley days to understand what exactly I mean. But back to this fly tipping issue. It's true that I haven't come across many fly tips over the past year in my area. I've only found a dozen or so, which might sound like a lot to some of you, but not to me after living in Wembley. This one is by far the worst I've seen in Pinner. I hope it's an isolated incident, and I also hope that the individuals who did it are caught. On the upside, it wasn't food waste or something disgusting, mainly containers and packaging, so it could have been much worse. I know some of you will be curious as to why would anyone choose to get involved with cleaning up this sort of thing instead of letting the authorities do it. The short answer is because it looks bad and I don't want to see this mess every time I walk down the street. The longer answer is that the waste collectors are stretched to the limit as it is. The amount of fly tips they have to handle every week in the London Borough of Harrow is absolutely insane, and it can take days before a team is available to clear up a reported fly tip. Time in which, if it's left like this, apart from being a massive eyesore, it has a high chance of attracting even more rubbish, as some people will seize the opportunity to discard their unwanted items on top of it. Then there's the wind blowing things in all directions, which sucks, the rain making some things disgusting to handle, which also sucks, and especially during the warm months, smell is another issue. So there are many reasons to jump right on it and try to minimize the damage, but I don't want anyone to think I'm doing this because the authorities won't. That isn't true. I'm just giving them a hand.
Alright, it's all better now. The fly tip has been moved from here, put into bags. Let's count the number of bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags. It's not too shabby. As you can see, there's a CCTV over there. I hope they caught whoever did this. I'm gonna let the council know, and hopefully their enforcement teams will solve the mystery case.